So I would assume at some point you've probably looked at microphones and you've been absolutely confused by all of the naming conventions of things that you probably aren't used to. Like, what is the difference between a dynamic microphone, a condenser microphone, and what are pickup patterns, and what is low pass filters, and what is all this stuff? What is the EQ profile of a microphone? I can answer all those questions in this video, but I am going to try to help you make a better and more informed decision of what is a better microphone for live streaming and content creation. I'm going to talk about that in just a second and let you know exactly what type of microphone is probably going to be best for you if you do this same style of recording in just a second. What's going on, guys? Chad here from How To Tech, the channel dedicated to helping you take your tech to the next level. And today we're going to be talking about microphones for content creators and live streamers. Typically, like I said, this style of video of where you're sitting right in front of the camera and the microphone is right here and you're not moving around. And also where you're going to be a few inches away from the microphone at all times. Typically, this is going to be the setup. Now, if this does not apply in your vlogging, this type of microphone is probably not going to be for you. But let's go ahead and get started with the differences between a condenser and dynamic microphones. Condenser microphone is typically what you would think of like a stage mic, and a condenser microphone is a little bit different. It picks up, I would believe, a lot more audio, and it's really good, and it's typically used in things like recording booths because there's a lot more availability of messing with those audio waveforms. I'm 100% not an audio engineer, so I can't give you the total in-depths about that. If you tend to know a little bit more about audio, leave that down below to help people out. But I'm mainly going to jump on the bandwagon of explaining to you why a dynamic microphone is good for a lot of streamers and YouTubers that are sitting right in front of them. Reason why is this is going to cut out a lot of the low end noise and just not pick up a lot of things if you start getting away from it. For example, if I was right over here, you probably couldn't hear me near as well as you could over there. Now, I'm obviously going to be adding things like compression and stuff like that to my audio in post and editing, but you might get the picture. The pickup pattern on this is typically going to pick up what's right in front of it, and it's not going to be picking up people across the room or the AC unit that's literally right there. Half the time I have that on when I'm recording, it doesn't pick up a single thing. Now, that's cool and all, and you might be thinking, okay, let's go look up what the best dynamic microphone is, and you're probably going to be a little intimidated because you're going to look and you're probably going to see it's probably something like the Shure SM7B, because that's an amazing microphone. Is that a microphone you should buy whenever you're starting out? I don't think so. I think it's a really good microphone, and I would like to own one at some point in time, but I can't justify the cost of it, mainly because it's a really good microphone, but I just don't see the quality of difference right now with the amount of money that I currently have to spend on microphones. So with that being said, I want to help you make a more informed decision of buying some, maybe starter microphones for, a dynamic style microphone. Now, there are other kinds that don't look like a stage mic. I know a lot of streamers like the look of their microphone to be very specific. So if that's the case, you don't have to buy this style of microphone. I will tell you, this right here is only like 34, 35 bucks that I bought. It's a PGA 48 by Shure, and it's a really good microphone. Now, with that being said, this is an XLR microphone, which means you're going to need an audio interface to hook it up to your computer to be able to use it for recording and live streaming or any type of broadcast. Now, with that being said, there is extra cost associated with that. They make some adapters that are XLR to USB, and I'm not sure exactly how well those sound, but the reason why I suggest it is because you can end up pairing it with one of these in the future, which is called a Scarlett interface. Now, you don't necessarily have to buy Scarlett. The reason I recommend them is they're affordable and they're good for beginners. They are just, affordable product. This is a Scarlett 2i2. It lets you plug the XLR cable directly into one of these ports. The 2i2 essentially supporting two devices to record at the same time. And then we even have the option to monitor the device, which is really, really cool. You can actually plug your headphones directly into this and you can hear exactly what your voice sounds in real time. And the best part about it is you can actually hook up studio monitors. So if you had some really nice studio monitors, you could hook those up to the back of this and adjust all of this directly in here. And And, you know, you can also run your Windows audio through this as well. So if you're playing video games, you can have your video games audio outputting directly through this thing. So really, really cool. But you might be asking yourself, how much is that? Well, they can cost you anywhere from about 100 to, you know, however much money you want to spend. So yes, that is a lot. Would I recommend the 2i2? I'd probably recommend the Solo if all you need is your microphone to be able to hook up to it. And that is, I believe, around 100 to 120 bucks. But that's where the narrative kind of changes in my opinion, because I would not recommend this microphone straight out of the box if you're not sure if this is the route you want to go. What I would recommend is the microphone I'm using right now, which is the Maono dynamic microphone. Insert generic stuff on the screen because I actually don't know the exact name of this microphone. This is a microphone that Maono sent me, I believe, like 6 months to a year ago to review. I reviewed it on the channel and gave them a pretty, I would say, fair review of the microphone. I was not paid to say good things about it, but it's hard for me to not say good things about this microphone. Currently, you're not seeing everything that comes with the microphone. It does come with a shock mount and some other accessories, I believe, to even mount it to your desk. But the microphone is just too awesome. So let me explain. It comes with this pop filter that goes on the top, and you know, these are like trivial, like common things you can find for microphones, but here's where it gets cool. So you know the XLR port I talked about on the bottom of this microphone. Hopefully zooming in post will actually let you be able to see that properly. But essentially it's got that, but it also has the ability for USB. You can plug in a USB Type-C to the bottom of the microphone and then plug in a Type-A to your computer. So essentially, you can use USB until you decide you want to go to maybe a more prosumer audio system. And the really cool thing about it is you can take this microphone, you can start out with it today. I believe it's currently in the $30 to $50 price range, which is very affordable for what I think this microphone sounds like, which is pretty good. And then you have the option within like a year or two, if you decide you want to upgrade it, to buy something, you know, maybe the Solo, which is a little bit cheaper than this one, for like $100, and throw that in there and buy an XLR cable, and maybe you're looking at $150 of an upgrade. And now you're on a completely different platform with a lot of control. And whenever you decide you want to take that plunge to something maybe like a Shure SM7B, or maybe you decide that your audio space that you're working in could use a condenser microphone, you could go ahead and buy a really nice one that is XLR, because typically the really good microphones are going to be something that are like XLR, because that's what's typically used in the production industry for any type of live production or even recorded production for video or music. So that's what I suggest. I would suggest taking a look at this microphone, but there's some other options, I believe, by even like Audio Technica, they're out there that offer a USB and an XLR input. Go ahead, check them out. Tell me what you think. Is this something you think you might want to go with? Because I'm starting to recommend this to absolutely everyone. My cousin's been using this one. I actually borrowed it from him and his new interface, because he recently just got an interface for Christmas, and he's about to make that plunge and upgrade, which is awesome. It only took this, and now he's already ready to make that upgrade. But he's been using this, and I've been hearing him in Discord, and his voice sounds way better than it used to before with his old condenser microphone. His old condenser microphone picked up absolutely everything and actually didn't sound that good. I think this one sounds really good, and I'm really glad I'm hearing him through this instead of his old mic. So all right, guys, that's going to be all for this video. If you enjoyed, you know what to do. Go ahead, destroy that like button, get subscribed, and turn on notifications for future videos just like this from How To Tech. Let us know in the comment section down below. Do you want to see more videos on microphones and us reviewing them? If so, we'd be really interested to check them out. The only problem is we know that the price range tends to vary for what people are looking for. So let us know if you want us to look at more microphones. What's the price range? We don't really want to be reviewing stuff that you guys aren't interested in. So let us know in the comment section down below. Also, if you want to be like these lovely people right over here, then think about becoming a YouTube member today. Our members get early access to videos, discounts on merch, community-only posts, emotes, badges, and much, much more. Big thanks to all of our members for helping support How To Tech. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Chad from How To Tech, helping you take your tech to the next level, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.